Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and today I'm very happy to be sitting with plants. Plants have many roles that they play in our lives. Of course, what we eat is directly related to that, and what pleases our eyes in the form of the beauty of flowers or whatnot. And our relationship with Mother Earth also is directly felt through plantation. And plants are also acting as a bridge between India and America in a way which one would have never imagined if you would not know about an organization called Save Indian Farmers. And what Save Indian Farmers have done, we'll learn a little bit more about that with our guests today. And we'll also learn about an innovative approach which was used to make a bridge between the interest of young volunteers towards compassionate as well as an activity that promotes their love for nature. So let me take this opportunity of first welcoming Rekha ji, Rekha Musale ji. How do you pronounce your last name?
Musale.
Musale. So, and she is a core team member of SIF as we call. And with her we have Saahil. Namaste Saahil. Saahil has volunteered, and what he has done we'll ask him down the line. But we also have a data scientist as well as someone who is helping SIF in a big way, as well as focusing on the, if I say, art of gardening in an academic way also. Ajit Joshi ji, namaste, welcome. So we'll begin with Ajit and your first understanding of the work that is undertaken by SIF.
Sure. So SIF started in a very sad way, in the sense the founders, Hemant Joshi, not related to me Joshi, but Hemant was reading up about Indian farmers, and he did his research and he realized that almost every 45 minutes a farmer in India commits suicide, and that was a very deep shock to his system. So I'm sure you would have spoken to SIF members earlier, but that's really where SIF started. What we have grown over the last decade, where folks like me who were not related to SIF earlier have come into the fold. हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि जो हमारे स्किल सेट्स हैं, हमारे जो पैशंस हैं, we take those, we put them together towards a common cause, and the common cause being finding ways to help Indian farmers. So सारे इंडिया के फार्मर रिच नहीं है, पुअर नहीं है, there's a big difference between the two, लेकिन कई सारे ऐसे हैं कि जो कर्जे के बोझ तले दबे हैं. Many of them are not able to pay their debts back. सुइसाइड्स भी काफ़ी होते हैं. तो जिनके सुइसाइड हो चुके हैं उनकी फैमिलीज़ को हेल्प करना, या हो सके तो सुइसाइड प्रिवेंट करना, एंड मोर देन दैट सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर. पूरे फार्मिंग सिस्टम में धीरे धीरे क्यों ना हो, एक एक खेत लेके वी आर ट्राइंग टू चेंज थिंग्स सो दैट थिंग्स बिकम मोर सस्टेनेबल, फैमिली को बढ़ा सकें, एंड दे शुड नेवर गेट नियर अ सुइसाइड थॉट.
एब्सोल्युटली. तो किसी को उस स्थिति का सामना नहीं करना पड़े जहाँ उनको लगे कि जीना दूभर हो गया है, और किसी की मदद करने से ज़्यादा सुंदर इस संसार में कोई बात है नहीं. फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, नॉट ओनली Save Indian Farmers organization, but also the passion with which Rekha ji is sharing her learning of योग, and योग के साथ साथ कैसे आर्ट फॉर्म्स को लेके स्ट्रेस को हैंडल करने में मदद हो सकती है. आई थिंक शी इज़ फोकसिंग ऑन दैट साइड ऑल्सो. सो Rekha ji, talk to me about now you mentioned a little bit about Save Indian Farmers. तो आपका जो योग का लर्निंग है, जो परसेप्शन योग का है, एंड द वर्क दैट दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज डूइंग, डू यू सी अ स्पेस वेयर दे ओवरलैप?
So in yoga, it's like a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam ka concept hai, where we try to come to the realization of we being one with the nature, we being one with the family, and SIF's purpose towards the nature, nurturing of the nature, nurturing the soil, understanding the soil, its problem, and people who are associated with soil and their problem. So that comes in sync in that way, because in yoga also we are trying to go more close to nature, go close to our own nature, being one with with the meditation and everything. The goal of yoga is also to get close to your own true nature, and SIF in that way gels well with my interest, because first of all it's learning about nature, and as Ajit also mentioned, when I first came to know about SIF and Hemant Joshi, it was a very shocking thing for me to get that realization कि कितना तकलीफ होती है farmers को and what they go through. So that is how I got connected with the Save Indian Farmer Organization.
So I'll come back to you, Rekha ji, and it is not just knowing about the problem and criticizing or blaming this or that. It is the spirit with which Save Indian Farmers was born, that what can you do to change the situation in whatever limited way that you can do. And this is catching up with many people, because the intention is pure, and overall it is another way of sharing to grow not just plants but grow as a human race. And in that context, when I have the joy of the presence of Saahil, who is going to college very soon, and recently there was a special innovative way in which you have worked towards raising funds. So talk to me what way you were involved and what plants did you grow at home?
So the plants that we were able to grow at home consisted of more of like hot peppers and also basil, tomato, and like curry leaves as well. And more like activities that I was involved in consisted of more like physical activities, which helped just bringing plants in and out of the houses, and just carrying like bags of soil back and forth. So it helped, like in our whole household specifically, made it more efficient and saved more time. And
let me just interrupt you to request you to share when this idea came to you that this way you will be working on plant for 8 weeks or something, and then they'll be used to raise funds for saving farmers. How that made you feel, and also what was the experience? Have you been involved with gardening, and when you have a plant and you are taking care of it on day-to-day basis, how that makes you feel?
I think so. It makes me feel like overjoyed that I'm able to help people who are in need, and it gets like a warm feeling in your heart that you're making even just like it'll just
help them somewhere.
Yeah, it'll help them in just any way possible. And for starting out, I started whenever my dad became interested in gardening. I always wanted to help him whenever I could, whether that's making planter boxes or helping him, build cages that help the plants wrap around to get more sunlight. It's that, and integrating whatever I can that I learned from school and try to use it in the form of gardening.
Wonderful. So I found it very exciting when I learned about this innovative way. I felt that there are confluence of multiple ways of working towards the goal of sharing is growing. There is compassion, there is creativity, there is a teamwork and the spirit to do something noble, at the same time involving the new generation in the flow of giving. And as a data scientist, Ajit ji, what we are giving with the use of data is also somewhere helpful in saving farmers, because I think you know what are the causes, etc. But we will not get into that side. So there are two sides: one human side, another is statistics. Do you think sometimes because we look as an aggregate, we miss that human touch or human appreciation of a problem, etc. And I think Save Indian Farmers is working to fill that gap also.
Absolutely. So there's two aspects of any work. So for example, one is the physical work on the ground itself. When somebody is working, कोई किसान के घर जा रहा है, किसी की मदद कर रहा है, कोई ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग सिखा रहा हो गांव में, और जस्ट द पर्सन हु इज़ वर्किंग देयर उसकी सैलरी भरने के लिए कोई फंड रेजिंग कर रहा हो. तो हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है उसमें कई सारे लोग इंडिया में काम कर रहे हैं और कई लोग यहाँ से काम कर रहे हैं, रिमोटली जो हेल्प कर सकें, यहाँ से इंडिया जाके उनके साथ काम कर रहे हैं, एट्सेट्रा. सो हमारा रिसेंट जो इवेंट हुआ उसमें मेरी तरफ से क्या पैशन, मैं क्या योगदान दे सकता हूँ, तो इसके बारे में बात हुई हमारी कि गार्डनिंग का पैशन है मेरा, मैं गार्डनिंग के बारे में क्लासेस ले सकता हूँ, लोगों के लिए प्लांटर्स बना सकता हूँ, सवाल जवाब के हिसाब से किसी को हेल्प कर सकता हूँ. ये हुआ 2019 में. शुरुआत की हमने 2019 के मार्च में, कोविड का पूरा शटडाउन हो गया, तो उस साल हम कुछ कर नहीं पाए. तो अब इन पर्सन कर नहीं सकते, इस वजह से हमने 2020 में जब शुरू किया तो कैसे करें. सो दैट टाइम हमने डिसाइड किया कि वी कैन इंक्लूड मोर पीपल. सो स्टैटिस्टिकली हम लोग ज़्यादा लोगों से बात करेंगे, उन लोगों में ज़्यादा जानकारी फैलेगी, उनके हिसाब से बाकी लोग भी आगे बढ़ेंगे. तो इस साल जो हमारा प्लांट सेल हुआ फॉर एग्जांपल, वहाँ पे कई सारे स्कूल के बच्चे भी थे हमारे साथ, हमारे अपने लड़के, राइट. दे गॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन टू इट, दे वर टॉकिंग टू देयर फ्रेंड्स अबाउट इट, क्योंकि उनके दोस्त जानना चाहते हैं कि आप हमारे साथ क्यों नहीं हो, आप यहाँ क्या कर रहे हो. सो व्हेन दे स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट इट, नाउ दोज किड्स नो, देयर पेरेंट्स नो. हमारे यहाँ पे जो ग्राहक पौधे लेने आए, तुलसी चाहिए मुझे, कहीं मिल नहीं रही है, तो तुलसी है क्या आपके पास, तो बात वहाँ से शुरू होती है. लेकिन तुलसी से जाके बात आगे जाती है सिफ के बारे में, फिर सिफ क्या है, कैसे है. अब उन लोगों को पता चला कि SIF का काम क्या है, आगे जाके वही लोग 4 लोगों को और बताएंगे. तो दैट इज़ वेयर स्टैटिस्टिकली वी आर ग्रोइंग फ्रॉम आवर एंड, राइट. इंडिया में जो काम कर रहे हैं तो उनके लिए हम यहाँ से जो कर सकते हैं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जानकारी लोगों में ज़्यादा जाए, इसके ऊपर भी काफ़ी ध्यान देना पड़ा इस बार.
जानकारी सही लोगों तक पहुंच जाए सही समय पर, तो भी काफ़ी चीज़ें ठीक हो जाती हैं. और जानकारी पहुंचने के साथ साथ एक जो सेंसिटिव अप्रोच होती है और उम्मीद नहीं छोड़ने वाली जो बात होती है, वो भी महत्वपूर्ण होती है. रेखा जी, जो आप आर्ट फॉर्म्स के साथ में और योग के साथ में, वो आपका क्या प्रोजेक्ट है? हाउ आर यू कनेक्टिंग विद पीपल and does art help in some tangible way? उसके बारे में भी कुछ आप काम करते हैं?
So yes, I work with art and I teach art as a form of meditation, like a practical meditation. Normally लोगों को meditation के लिए they find it difficult to just close eyes and not think about anything. So I do teach art as a form of meditation.
Which art form?
Any art form.
Reading, writing also art form?
Well, they are art form, but that is not what I promote. But actual art as in Warli paintings hai. Yeah, the drawings and paintings art. So I connect with that. And during 2020, the COVID period, that is when my art passion actually took off in a form of fundraisers. And I started conducting art online fundraising sessions and raised funds, and realized that no matter what form of work you are involved in, you can always find ways to help people. So that's how my yoga and art comes in play. And for yoga point of view also, there are so many things of personal growth So within Save Indian Farmers also we have 5 different areas how we help people. There is sustainable agriculture, there is water conservation project, there is rural health, rural learning like education, and also we do a lot of livelihood management. So there are like, these are the 5 pillars of Save Indian Farmers. So they kind of, there are projects under each one of them, and where we can come in and help people with those.
Wonderful. So art form, and then meditation, and then raising funds, that is incredible, and that also requires a combination of many kind of talents that you have, Rekha ji. And Saahil, leaving aside Save Indian Farmers, going directly to what makes you happy. If you just close your eyes and think this is what makes me happy, then what comes to your mind?
I really enjoy, going outside and just enjoying like nature, just whether it's going on hikes. And before me and my family, and we would go to like national parks, whether it's in Maine or Yellowstone, and just appreciate getting away from technology and just looking at the sky, understanding like where we are, and just appreciating like what we have. I also enjoy. I'm actually in a like robotics club, and I enjoy like hanging out with my friends, and we're able to create a bot that does certain commands, and being able to identify a problem and then either working around it or trying to get a solution that makes that solves the problem and then does that action more efficiently. Yeah.
Beautiful. In my college days, when somebody would say some words of wisdom, as you just said, we used to say, "Where are your feet when I want to touch it?" So he said it so beautifully. Being close to nature, looking at sky, going away from technology. I mean, these are the key things which everybody seems to be emphasizing on more and more, but they do it by sending WhatsApp messages that again using technology. So talk to me about the importance of formally learning gardening. I think your father did a course on gardening. You must be aware of that. And did that help him in the way you have seen gardening at home?
Yeah, he was able to expand on like more ideas, such as different ways to garden. I remember he showed us a video on a machine that's able to, if you pull it, it tills the soil and then plants the seed right then and there. And it got me inspired to think of like more mechanisms that can make gardening a lot more easier on the person. So we were thinking of making that mechanism while also creating like other tools that'll help, and just experimenting on like what will give the best result. If it's whether like adding like vegetation on roofs just to help cool down the house, and then that'll also help environmentally, to act as it'll help sink in carbon and like help restore the atmosphere and like upgrade the air quality. Yeah.
Beautiful. So I think plantations definitely are life sustaining, and this hobby sustains our inner beauty in a way which nothing else can probably do. And let me seek your own experience on this front, and talk to me about what did you learn while you did the course for gardening.
Sure. So the course specifically is a Master Gardener course from Agricultural Extension, Rutgers University. Essentially what we did there was, it was actually a 1 whole year course where there was every week there would be a 3 hours class in theory and botany and how pest control and such. Plus during spring and summer we would be actually working out in the field where we have a common earth center in Middlesex County down here. So the overall process of that was integrated pest management, how to grow more crops, how to understand the problems, how to see what the problem is and find a solution. So in that sense it gave a very good theoretical foundation of whatever I was doing. So घर में पौधे लगाओ, उसको कितना मुश्किल होता है बढ़ाना. At home अगर हमारा घर में नहीं प्लांट सर्वाइव होता है तो इट्स ओके, हम जाके सब्जी खरीद के ला सकते हैं. बट इट गिव्स अ बेटर अप्रिसिएशन कि अगर किसी किसान का उसके ऊपर पेट डिपेंड कर रहा है और अगर वो पौधे नहीं सर्वाइव कर पा रहे हैं तो कितना मुश्किल हो जाएगा उनके लिए. सो उसके आगे फिर धीरे धीरे यही बढ़ता गया कि कैसे करें, केमिकल ना डाला जाए, खर्चा कम से कम हो, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सस्टेनेबल हो. अगले साल के लिए इस साल मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ कि अगले साल ज़्यादा फसल, घर में छोटी सी फसल आती है लेकिन 4 सब्जी जो आती हैं वो ज़्यादा कैसी अच्छी आएँ. सो ऑल ऑफ दैट हेल्प्ड आउट ये कोर्स की वजह से.
Beautiful. So I'm sitting with members of Save Indian Farmers. If I say members of or volunteers, or and Rekha ji is also core team member. And what I'm happy about it is I am actually aware how this Save Indian Farmers organization was started, and the gentleman Joshi. What he thought about solution-oriented approach to the problem faced by farmers sitting here in New Jersey, and his purity of intent has resonated with so many professionals and youth here. That is encouraging. And Rekha ji, talk to me, what is it about the way Save Indian Farmers is functioning that many people find themselves drawn towards it, and those who are listening to you, what way they can become a part of, if I say, this movement?
So the way Save Indian Farmer works, and what draws people in is just the purity of the intent, as you said. It's a 100% volunteer-run organization, and all the money that funds are raised are completely dedicated and used for all the projects that are happening in India. यहाँ पे in this country we have people from each and every state in India, the different diaspora here that is Indian. In the same way, Save Indian Farmer, our projects are spread across 12 states in India, and people find that connection. There is some in your family, in your ancestor, somebody who has been in the farming community, and somebody is from the Karnataka district है, या कोई उत्तराखंड से है, या कोई from Kashmir to or Maharashtra, wherever it be, and then that's how they connect to it. And even after being here for so many years, आप अभी भी हम लोग Indian grocery में ही जाते हैं. No matter how many all inclusive resort you stay, 2 हफ्ते भी रह के आओ, घर आने के बाद you want your own simple दाल चावल.
सही बात.
तो वो जो है connection, so we still crave for our own Indian food and have that feeling of satisfaction, जो हम Indian food के साथ है. So that is connection to food, like it's like saying is कि लोगों के दिल का रास्ता पेट से जाता है.
बिल्कुल.
So that is how and why the Save Indian Farmers has been able to make that impact, that connection with people, because no matter where you are in US, you still crave for your own food, your Indian food, and that food is still grown by those farmers. And the plight that the Hemant says really very well, that feed the hands that are feeding you. So these are helping the hands that are feeding us. So to know that even after so many years being in this country, or such a far distance, they are still producing the, making the food for us, bringing what we are eating here is still coming from India. And we own it to them.
तो रेखा जी की बात सुनते हुए ऐसा लगता है कि भारत की माटी जो है वो हमारी परवरिश यहाँ भी कर रही है, संस्कारों के रूप में भी और टेस्ट के रूप में भी. बट what she's saying, is it also connecting with the next generation? So Saahil, honestly, you like Indian food more or non-Indian dishes?
I do like Indian food
What
more.
is your special favorite dish?
I like chole bhature.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. And do you cook also sometimes?
Not Indian food, no.
Pasta.
Yeah, just
Pasta is
simple,
the way.
basic, yeah.
Pasta is it. Okay, and while you were a part of this fundraising, which was unique in terms of, I think I haven't heard of any other fundraiser where you will be in a garden and you will have plants which will have a direct soulful connect with some volunteer teenagers like Saahil. And if you were present there, how people who were coming was anything in particular that you felt in their approach towards this unique fundraiser? Were you present there or not? That is the question.
Oh, yeah. We held meetings like that would help fill like the soil. So yeah, I was present there. I would help, fill in soil while also drill holes in the cups to help water filter through. And it was just like a team bonding like experience, and then growing relationships that are already as big as they are, and it helps you connect on like a different level. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, same question to you. I was very excited about this whole idea. And what was your experience briefly, Ajit ji, witnessing these young volunteers working and people coming, and quite a different kind of a serene excitement, I would say.
इट्स वेरी हम्बलिंग, क्योंकि हम लोगों दिल में ऐसे हम सोचते हैं कि बच्चे हैं, क्या ध्यान देंगे, क्या करेंगे, लेकिन सोचते हैं जैसे साहिल है या बाकी छोटे वॉलंटियर्स हैं, हाई स्कूलर्स थे. अब साहिल AP एनवायरमेंटल साइंसेस ले रहा है फॉर एग्जांपल, राइट. सो टू सम एक्सटेंट कनेक्शन था एक. भले ही अपनी दुनिया में बिजी होंगे बच्चे, लेकिन जब वो वहाँ पे आते हैं तो काफ़ी काम कर जाते हैं. अब कल के सेल में जैसे कुछ लड़कियां हमारे यहाँ पे हाई स्कूल की बैठी थी, पेड़ के सामने खड़े हैं, पेड़ के बारे में बता रहे हैं क्या है क्या नहीं है. कुछ सवाल लोगों ने उनसे पूछे जो उन्हें पता नहीं थे, तो लेकिन जो उनके बारे में जानकारी हुई तो उसके ऊपर और उन्होंने खुद पढ़ के खुद लोगों को बताना शुरू कर दिया कि ये पेड़ ऐसा है, इस टमाटर में ये होगा, ये टमाटर का वो बढ़ेगा, इतना कर. सो एक अंदर से जब उनकी जाग हो जाते हैं कि नहीं हमें ये जानना है, हमें ये काम करना है, तो 8-8 घंटे खड़े रह के लड़कों ने वहाँ पे हेल्प की, विच वी वर नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट. हमें तो लग रहा था कि लोग
अजीत जी, मैं भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा था कि समय इतनी जल्दी चला जाएगा, बट वी आर ऑलमोस्ट देयर. वेयर आई विल थैंक स्पेशली साहिल, रेखा जी एंड अजीत जी फॉर जॉइनिंग अस एंड हेल्पिंग अस see beyond the visible. Indeed, sharing is growing, and I know you will continue to share. And thanks for sharing your time with us. This is Ashok Vyas. Namaste.